All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and I went to my local department store to pick up a bike rack for my car, and I was looking at the watches. I was looking to pick up a new F91W because I gave one away recently, the one I had in the collection. And when I was looking at the F91Ws, I noticed this watch, and this is the W218H. I'll show you the full reference number here on the packaging back there in the back here in a second, but I thought it was a really cool watch. Has very similar functionality to the F91W, but as you guys can see, it comes in a much more, I'd say, ruggedized style case. Very much similar case dimensions to the G-Shock squares we all love that come in. I think the most inexpensive G-Shock square you can get is right about $40 to start with. And checking this one out here, you guys can see that it was $15.88. With tax and everything, it came out to just over $17. So it's a really neat little watch for the money. Definitely a contender, if you're out there looking at the F91W. Now, it's probably almost 2 times as much. So, that may be a factor in purchasing this watch, which I know is not much to some people, but double the price is double the price, and it can be quite a bit more to some people. So, getting into this watch, it is a great case size. It comes in at a 42 millimeter from side to side. You're looking at 44 from north to south in the case. You have 18 millimeter lug openings if you choose to put a NATO strap on it, and it comes in at about 10 and a half, just a little slightly larger than 10 and a half millimeters of thickness. Typical plastic or resin style case on this watch, resin style band, pretty flexible on it, and it does have a nice design pattern on the strap, as you can see. On the bracelet, or excuse me, on the strap, you do have plastic hardware, which I do think is a bummer. I wish if they could just charge slightly more and put metal on here, because these are usually the first part to go, and when they go, it kind of makes the watch a throwaway at some point, really, unless you're going to put a NATO strap on it. So getting into the functionality of this watch, and I'll show you guys, let's see here. We can show you that this has the 24-hour function. You push this top left-hand one up here, and you can switch it from 12 to 24-hour time, no problem there. Down here is going to move you through the functions of the watch. You do have an alarm here, and you can turn this alarm on and off, and the chime on and off with this top left button there. So if I push it once, that turns on the chime for the hour. If I push it one more time, that turns on the alarm. Pushing it an additional time turns both of them on, and one more push turns everything back off. This only has the one alarm function on it. Go ahead and we can roll through those functions again. The alarm stopwatch on this watch, you can see, works very easily there. And you can stop it, and you can reset it down here. The light button, doubles as a reset on this one. So you have the day and the date up here at the top. You have the simple hour layout down there at the bottom. AM, PM letting you know over here on the left-hand side of that dial. And like I said, simple functionality. You get to the last one, and this will allow you to actually do your time setting on this watch. You do have to, each time you come to a setting and work it, it's going to take you back to the main screen, and you have to roll back through each of the settings to get to where you want to be. So see, it's going to take me right back there. And if I sit here on the alarm or play with the alarm, change the functions, let's say turn the chime on, and then I go back, it's going to take me right back to the main time function. So easily works like that. Very handy watch. Good size on this watch. Go ahead and show you the light in a little bit of a dark situation. I will dim the lights at the end so you guys can see this on my wrist and get that light shot to go out with. So yeah, I've had the F91 before, and I really like the watch, but it's a classic style, but it is very small, very tiny. This has a bigger readout, I do believe, and it's just a more ruggedized looking watch. You can find this watch in a black case also. I saw they had the black, but I just thought this kind of, NATO green, army green, whatever you want to call it, looked kind of neat. I like the look of this case. So let me go ahead and pause it, and we'll get this watch on my 7-inch wrist. All right, so there's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. Super comfortable. This strap that Casio's put on this watch is very comfortable. Like I said, I do wish it had kind of blacked out metal hardware, but that's just the way it is. So I think for $17 in pocket change, you really get a lot of watch here. Super lightweight, super comfortable. And it's funny because growing up as a kid, my dad and I were always into watches. As a matter of fact, today I'm actually wearing my Breitling Super Ocean down here in the background. But one of my dad's friends he always went to the local Big Five store, and he would buy a watch like this, wear it till it broke, threw it in the garbage can, and just pick up another one. And, sometimes I guess there's something to be said for that because these watches do work really well. As long as that buckle on there lasts for you, these are supposed to have a 7-year battery life. Now, that is dependent on how much you use the functions on the watch. But, 7 years battery life, even if it lasts 4 or 5, that's really good for $17. And yeah, you can just kind of wear out the battery, throw one of these away, and go pick up another one. So let's go ahead and dim the lights and let me show you how good that light works on this watch. So you guys will get a kick out of this. I went looking for my big flashlight for this part, which I'm so used to grabbing my flashlight for loom shots. But here's a good idea of how well the light works. Now, when I was a kid, these lights were never this bright. They're much brighter than they used to be, even on these less expensive models. So you definitely are going to be able to tell what time it is, when you're actually using this light. Now, you need to go through there and turn that alarm off because inevitably I do this and I'm going to be on vacation for a couple days. I don't want my alarm going off at 5:50 in the morning. So cool watch, guys. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description where you can pick one of these up over at Amazon, probably get it shipped to you next day. They're so inexpensive, so much fun. Cool little Casio watch to add to the collection, especially for $17 and under $20, basically, is what you can get this watch for. So look for this watch in the link down below. Guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.